Alright everybody, it's me, Gregory Mannarino. It is Wednesday, September 11th, 2019. Here's the story, and it's a big one. It's getting coverage everywhere. And I'm going to put forth a plan for you to understand what you should be doing right now to counter what is about to happen. It's very simple. You and I are going to starve the banks. Pay attention to what I'm talking about. This morning, the President of the United States went way beyond calling for a 1% cut to the federal funds rate by the Federal Reserve. He is now calling for 0 or less. So what does this mean? Negative rates. How will negative rates affect you personally? I want you to look at this. All right, this is already going on in other parts of the world. If rates go negative, the banks will start charging you to keep your cash in them. Now, explain this to me. How does this help the middle class? How does this help anyone here in the United States with an interest-earning account? Now, understand, it will not help anyone. Right now, where rates are, anyone with an interest-earning account is being robbed blind. The rate of interest being paid on interest-earning accounts here in the United States, just where rates are, is less than the actual rate of inflation. So it's theft on a grand scale. Now, if the president gets his wish going to 0 or negative, think of what that would mean for you. It's literal theft. The bank puts their long hand in your account and pulls cash out. Now, again, how will this help you? How will this help the middle class? It'll probably boost stocks, which is really what the president wants here. It will help the banks, of course, because they're reaching into your account. It's almost like a bail-in. You understand? You're being used as a tool here to prop up the entire system, to prop up the banks. And the president, and don't take my word for this, please, and I'm not putting down the president. I'm going to ask you to do your own research. Just Google it. You can go to the president's Twitter feed at @RealDonaldTrump. You can read his own tweet. It's being covered everywhere, and this is no surprise to you. I've explained to all of you for years that negative rates are going to come here to the United States. Well, now, again, think about it. The president not just calling for a 1% cut to the federal funds rate, now he's saying 0 or less. And you will pay the banks when this happens. It's going to happen. There's no alternative. Look, these kind of desperate monetary policies are only used in an environment where the economy is melting down. We understand that that's exactly what is going on here. You're not allowed to know the truth. To keep the illusion real, to keep stocks higher, the president must have the Federal Reserve. A series of rates cuts are coming. There's no doubt about it. But now calling for 0 and negative, making you bail out the entire system. This has now reached a new level. So how do we beat it? We starve the banks. How do we starve the banks? We get out of the dollar. We bet against the debt. We become our own central bank. That means hold gold, hold silver, hold cryptocurrencies. Get your cash out of these institutions. Are you kidding me? You want to keep your cash in these institutions right now you got to be nuts to keep any kind of large amount of cash in a savings account in one of these institutions, because you're being robbed blind. Now, if we go negative, which it looks like that's what's going to happen here, you're going to allow the bank to reach into your account and pull cash out. If that's the case, you need to have your head examined in a very big way. Now, I want to talk about this too. What the president won't explain to you is this. In order for the Federal Reserve to push rates 0 or negative, the Fed has to vastly inflate. You've heard me explain to you that the president was calling for, prior to this, debt expansion on an unimaginable scale. Well, the Fed cannot just say they're going to keep rates low. The Federal Reserve has to print cash out of thin air, more than likely add it to a digital screen in vast amounts, and buy the debt to suppress it. The president won't tell you this, or he doesn't understand it. I don't know which it is. I think he clearly understands it, but he's trying to mislead the American people on a unprecedented scale. It's trying to tell us, because he's trying to convince you that negative rates are actually good. Just like Christine Lagarde. You remember Christine Lagarde saying negative rates are good for the global economy? You cannot make this up if you tried, people. Anyway, that's the big story today, and I want to hear from you. Do you believe that negative rates are going to help you? Is the president telling you the complete truth here, why he's calling for negative rates? Or do you believe that there's a lot more behind this here, and this is going to decimate the middle class, which is the goal? Two-tier society is the goal here of the military-industrial complex. It's been the goal for decades here. This will not help a single member of the middle class or anyone who holds an interest-earning account. So this most simple way is to not listen for the president to explain to you how this will help you, because he will not do that. Either, again, he doesn't know, or he's trying to mislead you because he thinks you're so stupid that you'll just buy it. I don't think that's the case for you if you follow this blog. So starve the banks. Get your cash out of these institutions. Start holding gold, silver, platinum, palladium, cryptocurrencies. That's it. That's how you beat it. This is how we win, all right? Don't listen to the president anymore. He is misleading you on an unprecedented scale. And even the most serious Trump supporters, and I know there's a lot out here, how would you defend this in this situation here? Am I saying anything wrong? Let me know what you think too. All right, with that said, please share this video. It's critical. Let people hear these things. I will see you at the end of the day.